Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the 2012 World Champion of Tiddlywinks, Dr. Yukon Suck It. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Yukon Suck It. Tell your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you once again from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck that I found over on the Aether Hub, which I'm calling Devilish Rousing. It was posted there by a person I frequently go to named Titanovix. He does some pretty decent decks. And what I was doing is I was looking, I kind of in my head, I came up with this combo. The combo was Rabble Rousing and Devilish Valet. I love Devilish Valet. You remember I had a couple of decks I've shown in the past, including Devilish Valet. But, it's a new meta. It's a new time. We're going to see if we can make Devilish Valet and Rabble Rousing work again with the new cards we got going on. So, this is what I found. And it's got a lot of good stuff going on there. I like a lot of the cards in here. So, let's see what's in the deck. We'll try to figure out how it's going to work. And we'll take it out and see if it's as good as it looks. At the low end, we've got Kumano faces Kakkazan. And when it comes into play, it deals 1 point of damage to each opponent and each planeswalker they control. Then on the second turn, when you cast your next creature spell, the first creature that enters the battlefield gets an additional +1/+1 counter on it. On the third turn, you get a hasty 2/2. And if you deal a damage to a creature dealt damage by a source you control would die, exile it instead. So this turn, I'm not sure how that works. It's always in forever, or is it just the first turn? I'm never sure. Probably as he comes into play. We got Resolute Reinforcements. So what the deal is with this is that you can flash in 2 1/1s essentially. Or you can just play it on your turn if you feel like it. The good thing with that is that it'll make Devilish Valet trigger twice. So therefore he's a 1, it'll double once to a 2, and the second time it'll double again, get him up to a 4. So each time you play Resolute Reinforcements, at least you'll get Devilish Valet up to a 4. If you played 2 of them, you become the 8 and then a 16. If you manage to play 2 of these while this guy's out. Alright, we got Spirited Companion. Whenever Spirited Companion hits the battlefield, you draw a card. There you go. Nice and simple. Wedding Announcement. So this isn't really going to help out Devilish Valet anyway, but it will put out a dude every turn that you don't attack with at least 2 or more creatures. If you do attack with 2 or more creatures, you draw a card instead, which is great. So, but at least when the guy comes out, he comes out on your end step, and so that's not going to help the Devilish Valet at all. But what is good is that you are going to be generating a lot of token guys, and eventually this thing, after 3 turns, turns essentially to a Glorious Anthem, which gives all of your creatures +1/+1. So all your 1/1 tokens will become 2/2s. If you had multiple of these things out, eventually you'd have 3/3s or 4/4s, whatever. We got Adeline, the Resplendent Cathar, and her power and toughness is equal to the number of creatures you control. Hopefully you'll have a bunch. Every time you attack, regardless of whether she attacks or not, create a 1/1 human token that's tapped in attacking that player or planeswalker, a player or planeswalker they control. So she is also putting out token creatures. Devilish Valet, we already talked about it. It has trample and haste, so you can spring it at the last second there. And then whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you double the Devilish Valet's power. Now the cool thing is if you had Wedding Announcement turned into a Glorious Anthem, the Devilish Valet would be a 2/3, which means if this thing came out, it goes from 2 to 4, and then 4 to, starts at 2, so it becomes a 4, and the 4 times 2 is 8. Yeah, so instead of being a 4 when this thing was out, it becomes an 8. And if you put out 2 of those at that point, then it become a 16 and then a 32. So yeah, things when they start doubling, numbers get big fast. Squee, the other thing is cool is if you had Adeline out, then whenever you start the attack, you generate another dude who then causes Devilish Valet to double again. Somebody else who spits out counters when attacking is Squee, the Dubious Monarch. And so that's pretty much what they're for. It's haste at 2/2, and then whenever it attacks, you create a 1/1 red goblin token that's tapped and attacking. And then if it's in the graveyard, you can play it from your graveyard back into the battlefield again. For 4, you just have to be able to exile 4 other cards out of your graveyard. Wandering Emperor, she can jump out and kill something, exile it, and you gain 2 life. Other than that, she could put out 2/2 white samurai token creatures, which is going to make the Devilish Valet get a lot bigger. If you don't have it out there, then Rabble Rousing could use all that extra dude help. Other than that, she could put +1/+1 counters and first strike on things. Rabble Rousing. So whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures, you can create that many 1/1 green and white citizen tokens. So it doubles the amount of creatures that you are attacking with. If you control 10 or more creatures, then you get to play whatever card is exiled by Rabble Rousing without playing its mana cost. So when you put this thing down, you look at the top 5 cards of your library, and you put 1 underneath here. And then that's what happens when you get 10 or more creatures. And we're going to be putting out lots of tokens, so getting to 10 should not be very hard. We got the Dawn Sky, which is a 5/4 for 5, flying and vigilance. That's it, right? But when it dies, you can, let's just jump down the bottom, put 2 +1/+1 counters on each permanent you control. That's a creature or vehicle. So if you got a bunch of token dudes out, then you'll have a bunch of token dudes that have 2 +1/+1 counters on it, which would be fantastic. If you don't have a bunch, then you could just look at the top 7 cards of your library, put a number of non-land permanent cards with total mana of 4 or less from amongst them onto the battlefield. And 4 or less is going to get you Resolute Reinforcements would probably be pretty good. But really, I'd be looking for like Devilish Valet is what I'd be looking for. Or Adeline, whatever you need at that particular moment. Because if you already have Devilish Valet out, another Devilish Valet wouldn't be bad either, would it? We've got the Burn Down the House. So Burn Down the House can be used as a board wipe to deal 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. It's good in a clutch for that. But the other thing it does in this deck is you create 3 1/1 Red Devil tokens, and when those guys die, it deals an additional point of damage to any target, and they all have haste. So that means that if you have Devilish Valet out, and you have Rabble Rousing, and if you were to then play Burn Down the House, then Devilish Valet is going to trigger 3 times, and then you're going to attack with those 4 guys, which is going to cause 4 more guys to be into the battlefield, which will trigger him to trigger off 4 more times. So let's count that up. So for the 3 guys, it's going to be 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8. And then we're going to trigger off 4 more times. So that's 8 to 16, 16 to 32, 32 to 64. So that's 128 points of damage on a trampler. Okay? So you pretty much are going to win the game if you can have these 2 dudes out and then play Burn Down the House for your three guys there. All right, we got Farewell. 6 mana, but it pretty much clears the board. The only thing it doesn't go after is planeswalkers. And sometimes I'm surprised by how threatening planeswalkers are when all you have is a Farewell. But with there's a lot of artifact decks out right now, and exile all artifacts, fantastic. Exile all creatures, exile all enchantments, exile all graveyards. Yeah, they can all suck it. If you could choose, if you want your enchantments to stick around, and you don't mind theirs, you can just kill everything and leave the enchantments. But this will help you because you can definitely recover your forces faster than they can, at least hopefully. Lastly, we got Sanctuary Warden. So, this card doesn't really fit. It doesn't really do anything all that great. But I guess it does a little bit. Because Sanctuary Warden is a 5/5 flyer for 6. And she comes out with 2 shield tokens on. But whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may remove a counter from a creature or planeswalker you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 1/1 white citizen token. Now, the problem is, there's not a lot around here that's passing out 1/1 counters. This is not a big counter deck. It just creates token dudes. So there isn't really any to sacrifice to do this. But she can actually put out essentially 2 more, and that could be the 2 that your other dudes need to ramp up super quick. Otherwise, you got a 5/5 flyer that can't be destroyed for at least 2 turns, right? So, it's nice. I'm glad there's only just one of her in there, though, because she doesn't really fit the rest of the deck. Other than that, we've got the white Kamigawa land that does 4 points of damage to a target attacking or blocking creature. The red Kamigawa land that puts out 2 1/1 spirit tokens with haste. Those guys fit this deck perfectly. Perfectly. They're pretty much a slightly less expensive version of Burn Down the House. And they don't do extra damage when they die. We've got some regular lands there, and then we've got a couple of dual lands. One are the fast kind, and one are definitely slow, but you do gain life when they come into play. So that is the deck. We are going to be just throwing out token creatures like crazy, hoping to get Rabble Rousing, which there's only 2 of in the deck, and then Devilish Valet. Devilish Valet is going to do good if you can, throw out a couple of Resolute Reinforcements, or Burn Down the House, or even the Crucible Defiance. At some point, he'll get up there a little bit. But yeah, Rabble Rousing is the key to making this deck work. Let's go see how well it works. And we're playing against, oh my god, Think. There you go, that's Think. We've got, it's all white and all white. All right, I tell you what, we're going to live with it. Keep. 1. So we got what? 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a lot. Okay, artifact spells cost you 1 less to play. Playing with Grixis colors. There we go. We're playing with one of those decks. Well, Farewell and Burn Down the House are going to serve us well. Hopefully we can make it that far. We'll need double red sometime here and there. What is this? Ward 2. Alright, let's start up with Adeline Resplendent. Yeah, that Farewell will do awesome getting rid of all those artifacts. He's going to hate it if we can make it that far. Alright, there's 4. And we are done. I mean, I could put out a wedding announcement, but Wandering Emperor is just going to have to do what it has to do here. We're going to have to go up against anything other than the Patchwork Automaton. If I'm planning on just burning the place to the ground, I could just block Adeline. Shazam! Alright, so we're up to 4. There's 5. We're getting there. We're getting close. I'm going to go ahead and Rabble Rouse. Get that prepped for the future, potentially. Sure. Wedding announcement. Let's blow her to put out a Samurai for blocking purposes. No tax. My guy's holding on. Alright, we're down to 10. I can still block the automaton. I really need a mana next turn. This guy's out. He's out of cards. Alright, mana, mana, mana. Come on, mana! Mana! Alright, we're getting rid of creatures and artifacts. Let's go for the graveyard while we're at it. And there we go. All right, here we go. Oh, I can't play that, can I? I don't have 2 reds. All right, we'll go for Kumano and Wedding Announcement. Okay, I need a 2nd red. Not you, my friend. All right, you're going out. This is where Rabble Rousing is going to kick in. Double, double. Down to 11. Okay, another burn down the house. Where's that red, baby? Yes! I was going to gloat there for a second. I need to chill out. There we go. Come on, you let me do it. All attack. There we go. All attack. This is going to be... Watch the guy. Watch him. There we go. 8,192. Good game. Woohoo! Victory! Alright, we're playing against Lucas 5406. We got 3 mana here. Got some token generator people. One goes first. We got 2, 2, 3, and a 4, huh? And I don't have 2 whites. So you need to grab a white along the way here somewhere. Nope. There's a white. Yeah, you just stand there, creepy goblin. You're just way too much for me. Alright, Spirited Companion. Ooh, that's an expensive card you gathered. Usually you pull me like a land or something. Alright, so we're playing against the artifact creature stuff. Did a 3-1. Alright, there's 3 mana, which can get us Adeline. She's not much of a killer at this point, but she is quite a blocker. Oh, devastating. Question, do I want to go after the smelter right now? And I'm thinking yes. Well, I got him tapped. I can send out the Wandering Emperor. The Wandering Emperor is going to die, but it's the only kind of removal I have at this moment. Yoink. Well, he doesn't even have to wait for that. Okay, so technically I can Resolute Reinforcements and kill the Blood Tithe Harvester, but I gotta wait till I got some mana for that. Play a Kumano just to get something going. Make him think that I'm tapped out. There you go. Alright, 5. That'll get us to burn down the house when we're ready for it. Love to see a Sanctuary Warden. That'd be pretty cool. And your face! definitely flood the board with some dudes. And here we go. You gonna shoot him? There we are. Huh. I mean, I have to waste 2 cards in this. That's a card deficit there. Still. Token, token, token. We're gonna kill some tokens. Alright, we can clear the board anytime we want, which means burn down the house can be used for devils. And anytime I want means whenever I get another mana. Go get him! There we go. Alright, Mr. 4506. You got a couple of those. You're going to sacrifice one? And the board is wiped. Two, three. This doesn't take out... Oh, it does take out artifacts. Excellent. Alright, come on, mana! Yeah, it just doesn't take out planeswalkers. Yeah, if I get one more mana, I can control this board. Because if I do kill them, then they'll put out a couple little dudes. Alright, actually it's pretty decent. Here we go. Adeline! Nothing you could do. I mean, you could put out your 2 little guys. You can kill one at a time, though. All attack. Another dude. And we win! In your face, Lucas. Victory! And we're going against JTBachmann. N. 2. A lot of white. This is exactly the kind of thing that we need to... See, there's a combo we want to play with. Rabble Rousing and Devilish Valet. Unfortunately, mulligan. Keep it. We're going to get rid of... burn down the house. Most expensive one. We'll pull more expensive things later. Trust me. Alright, we got to get up to 6 so we can just clear the board at some point. That really is probably going to save our butt. When we get to 6 in a relatively fast manner. Alright, we're doing good. We got 5 out of our 6 right there. We'll be able to get Adeline out on this next turn. There's all 6. Now we just got to build our way up to 6. Alright, so our friend there's got 5 mana, he needs 7. He's got a board going on. We may not make it to the end. I can't put out another one of that. We'll just white it up. We'll be able to Wandering Emperor here in a second if we need to. Which I'm sure we will. Oh, my turn. I'm willing to go for it, huh? Alright, there's number 5. All done. There's Adeline holding the mole back. I really don't need to Wandering Emperor at this point, do I? Oh, nice land, though. That'd be nice. I guess it's going to stay a creature. No, it's only until the end of turn. Yeah, well, those lands are the ones I need to go after. Okay, Adeline, you are going to die. It's going to happen. A lot of 3s. Pass the blocker. There we go. 1 blocker. And Wandering Emperor comes out. She's going to kill ourselves a land. Alright. You're going to love this one. Here we go. Fare thee well, all artifacts and creatures. And we win! That's how you do it. Victory! Alright, we're playing against Tom Bombadillo. Bombadillo. Alright, 3 mana, good colors, let's keep it. We got our combo right there. No pet. Likes that turtle though with the, what is it, jetpack on his back? Let's take a look at that again. Yeah, it looks like a reverse jetpack. Maybe he just flies in reverse like a... What was that guy? It's not Mothra, was it? God, I can't remember that turtle's name. Gamora? Gamera, that's what it was. Gamera. Alright, he's playing black. He's going to be going after creatures. I should hold off on Devilish Valet because he's kind of the key to the whole thing. Alright, there's 3. Nope. You can throw out some reinforcements, flashing him in on his turn. Celestis. Pass to attackers, so this guy's out. Alright, there's number 4. Cool. All attack. We'll see if he goes after him with his on his turn. He wants to do something evil. He's playing mono black. I just don't think he would care about the 1/1s. Okay. Here we go. And pop that out. Put a little Rabble Rousing out. What are we going to put out? Let's put Adeline. All attack. Here's 8. Alright, Devilish Valet on the next turn. Hopefully it won't wipe the board or something. Oh, he did. He wiped the board. Alright, we got to start from scratch again, like suckers. Like suckers. Yeah, we would have won on our next turn if it had been for that Munich Massacre. But, you know, that's Magic cards for you. All right, Tom Bombadillo. You still with me? There we go. 2 out. That Trespasser's over there blowing smoke rings. He's got a zombie. And Kumano. You gonna turn day to night, night to day? No! Well, there's my entire world. I have no creature to cast, but let's do this. Right in your face! There you go. I got another person. Was guy what? Right. If I have a bunch of dudes out, AO's death will be fantastic. Unfortunate. Let's see. Let's take out this one right there. Yeah, there we go. What's he gonna do? Yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's have a good time. That was very interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and go to Crazy Town. We got a Rabble Rousing out. All attack! Yeah, sure, let's do it. That's a nice looking force. Tox roll would be really bad. Alright, good, good, good. That's all. Don't care. I don't care. Sure, let's do that. An extra person in play sounds like a good time. Alright, all attack. Oh, I wish I had our, there we go! Devilish Valet. Victory! Alright, so here we are with Devilish Rousing, the BOROS combo deck. And I loved it. I loved it. Two of my favorite cards right now, Devilish Valet and Rabble Rousing. Oh, you know, if anything about this deck, these should be in here in 4s rather than 3 and 2. Just because, I mean, it makes the deck so perfect. Who is the hero of this deck? In reality, it's Rabble Rousing. Rabble Rousing is the hero of the deck. It is the engine that makes everything else work. Devilish Valet is just the thing that can become 8,000 points of damage in 1 turn. It is the nuclear bomb. I said that wrong, but I always say it wrong. Nuclear bomb that makes this deck just go awesome. So it just, like, to me, God, it was so fantastic. When you have a few dudes out, the Devilish Valet, you got a Rabble Rousing, and then you burn down the house for a bunch of devils. At which point, then you attack with, like, 6 guys. You get 6 more dudes or something. So that means you've just put down 3 and then another, like, 6. You get, like, 9 times on the duplication of Devilish Valet. You know, maybe more than that. It just goes crazy. You saw the videos. So, What am I going to rate this deck? Well, is it competitive? I don't know. I mean, I just played this thing like 5 times in a row and got 100% wins with it. I didn't go against any mono blues. I didn't go against any mono reds, but I did go against mono black and mono green, and we did just fine. So is it competitive? I don't know. I'm going to say I don't believe it. It just seems like there's got to be a downside to it. Maybe it was a little slow because it seemed like we're getting slow lands out all the time. So I'm gonna say that it's a decent deck. It has a really good chance of winning. I'm not sure it's a ladder climber, but that's not what I'm playing it for. The question is it fun? Yes, it is fun. And the fun part about it, one thing I like about it is that Devilish Valet going nuclear is fantastic. That is pure joy. But the deck does a really good job of making use of Rabble Rousing regardless. Like, did you see the game where we got wiped out and we managed to recover like 8 dudes in like 2 turns? That was so glorious. So yes, fun. Big time thumbs up. Fun. And the question is the deck interesting? Yeah, it's totally interesting to me. It's all about trying to determine when's the best time to lay out your combo to try to maximize how you're going to get that thing to happen. But it's not terribly synergistic or anything like that. So I'm just going to give it a midline okay to interesting. So it's all right on the competitive. It's okay on the interesting. It's big time 100 time thumbs up on fun. I'm going to give this deck a straight A. Not a plus, not a minus, but an A. I think this is a great deck. It's one that I would play a lot just because I love seeing Rabble Rousing double all my dudes, and I love seeing Devilish Valet double his power, his power multiple times in a certain turn. If anything, this deck needs is maybe a little bit of the red draw cards, just so you can kind of get those combo pieces a little bit faster. But this deck does so good on its own, I wouldn't worry about it too much. So if you end up playing with this deck, I hope that you have as much fun as I did. All right, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys. Later.